IBM considered travel and transportation industry one of the most relevant of the activity of the area where IBM is working. IBM has a long time commitment in terms of processes and procedure and innovation in the travel and transportation. And by the way, PICO, that is the solution that I'm discussing today with you today, is one of the most relevant solutions that we have created in that industry. I think that in 2020, the citizen will consider the transportation solution as a kind of an extension of their life. So the expectation is that all the companies that work in this type of business will try to develop solutions that are able to understand what are the customer needs and wants. Solutions that are able to recognize the customer as soon as he enters into the station or starting a travel. So as a matter of fact, the ticketing and the fare preparation and the release are going to become less relevant, will be considered a given by the client. And probably a question that related to that you would ask me is, but what will be the medium? Is there a requirement, a common medium? Is something that is absolutely mandatory? My answer is yes, I guess yes, because the fundamental thing is to provide the client with a kind of, somebody call it travel companion, with some device, with some solution that is able to provide indication about customer needs, wants, desire, behavior, and that will be probably the thing that will be mandatory for the future. Yeah, I think that we should start since the beginning. Since its inception, we created a solution that was a kind of platform, a kind of operating system. So it's not, let's say, a solution and that's it. It's just a starting point for potential new business requirement and the connection with external solution. That is very key. The other thing that we should consider is that when we developed PICO, we started considering not simply a solution that managed trains, tickets, and stations, but is a solution that is able to manage evolving and complex travel requirement of the customer. So as a matter of fact, PICO is a solution that is putting together mapping all the available assets at the railway station, railway company, and put together the capability of configuring that they provide a solution. As a matter of fact, in terms of functionality, there are a lot that are can be considered even leading edge solution. Talking with several clients from different parts of the world, I understand that some of them are considered really a plus. For instance, the capability of creating one new offering in a very short time. They say that the system that we have put in place has the capability of putting together the customer profiling, and after you define a profile of a customer, you can create rules of eligibility and put them together and provide a dedicated offerings. That is really one great point. And if you consider that the group of people that will be managing that are not vendor, are not IT, but will be business, is absolutely great. The thing that you can also consider as a tremendous value is the capability of integrating with the external system, with external channel. For instance, my client had the chance to whenever he decides to change the payment provider, to do this in 15 days. That is really a benchmark. And the capability of adding a certain number of channels, for instance, 70,000 outlets done in less than 2 months, is super. Last but not least, even provided by PICO, is the capability of selling, of using this solution in a solution as a service. This means for an organization is the capability of forgetting about infrastructure, and that is not a minor point. Look, I'm 25 years experience of system integration and complex project. And one of the major issues that can impact the delivery timeline as long as the project success is the requirement interpretation. Requirement interpretation is something that you expect to say in a very complete way and somebody perceive in a different way. So as a matter of fact, during the complex project, you have some conflict about that. Not even with the vendor and the customer, but even internally with the customer, between IT people and business. I think that we can overcome this issue. Basically, providing a system that is already up and running, and we are creating a methodology that is basically able to shrink an existing solution that today is able to manage 1 million of contacts and 100,000 tickets sold per day. We are able to manage that in creating a shrinkage for that, creating a prototype. In this prototype, the client will recognize, let's say, his train, his station, his process, and can exactly see what will be in the reality. So that is a tremendous plus. The other thing that I would recommend, as considering the general project that you might have, is the capability of adding some functionality that are fundamental for the strategy implementation. For instance, Pico is allowing the separation. You have the channel, what is called channel independencies. So in case, and that is really what all the clients of the railways world are looking about, are the digitalization of the channel. So they have the possibility of deciding different type of offering depending on the channel, and that is something, is a flexibility that will be very much appreciated going ahead with the implementation. So in a nutshell, I think that one of the major advantage of using Pico and this methodology is cut the risk and have a certain let's say timeline that will be followed and let's say measured each day. Yeah, I'd say that IBM commitment on the innovation is under the spotlight. Every year, hundreds of patents are released by IBM, and IBM commitment on what we call CAMS, that is cloud, analytics, mobile, and social, are really fundamental step in our strategy implementation. The connection amongst the strategy and the ticketing and reservation solutions such as Pico are a natural evolution of what I said before, when I said that Pico is an operating system. You can plug on that whatever additional solution, technology, and functionality you want, because it's a service-oriented application that is using web services as communication tools. So, as a matter of fact, the commitment with IBM is related to the huge amount of innovation, but also in terms of people, because for this type of project, to facilitate the deployment worldwide, IBM created a center of competence. I'm personally leading that, and the possibility is to work together with all the IBM subsidiary, with all the customers that spread around the world, and provide what is called subject matter expertise. That is the real value. Is a tremendous accelerator. Is a possibility of creating what we call user group. So a group of clients coming from different world, different scenario, can be sitting together in the same room and evaluate and decide what are the future possibility and future requirement. Of course, this without putting any jeopardy on the priority that will be, of course, on the client, under client responsibility. Well, I think that this is one of the most relevant, if probably not the most relevant event that is organized around the world in the transportation arena. So I'm very, my marketing is always very keen to find this type of opportunity, just because you know, the possibility of telling to the world what we are able to do, what are our success, lesson learned, and so forth are really crucial for our future business. So that's why when they proposed to me, and I was already in favor of that, was of participating to this event, there was immediately an answer, a suggestion saying okay.